Greetings. More tedious drawing. I suppose I could get out some awesome, kick-ass music to kill the tedium of drawing. It's not as exciting looking at a piece of artwork as it is making it. A lot of long hours in silence, or kicking back and listening to some music. Anyway, so this is another drawing along the theme of religion. It was a quick sketch. I'll probably do quite a few of these kinds of thematic pieces. I seem to obsess over certain things, as you can't tell by the skulls everywhere. So the thing about the skulls, what was it, 2000, 2001? Give or take. I wanted to do a bunch of drawings, large-scale drawings, dealing with war. It was just something I wanted to work on. There were some sketches I did. I think this is when I bought that Namiki Vanishing Point pen. That I did a few sketches and I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. And so it kind of grew into this long-term project, and I got so obsessed with the war theme that I kind of got burned out. It's kind of a black pill thing to draw nothing but death and destruction. But ever since then, there's always skulls in the artwork. And the prevalence of the hammer and the nails, I'll explain later on. That is a bit more personal than artistic obsessions. So, in the meantime, on matter of the herd, as a follow-up, an addendum to the previous video, it's not as a criticism. People are what they are, and they be what they be. It's like the Popeye. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. One of my long-time, early favorite movies, the Robin Williams Popeye movie. I'm certain it's not in the pantheon of Robin Williams classics, but still. It is one of my favorites. In regard to the herd, liberty isn't a prerequisite for happiness in the herd. Security is. Safety. Again, safety in numbers. So it's tough to condemn the herd because there are aspects of the herd that are everywhere. The concept of the community. That's not herd-like, but it shares some common goals. a common purpose, safety and security. And the community is more than likely a modern extension of localized tribalism. But that's not necessarily in contradiction with concepts of liberty and freedom, as the mentioned legal codification of individual personal liberties, which superficially are contradictory to the herd, because freedom doesn't necessarily guarantee safety or security. It doesn't guarantee provision. In fact, liberty encourages friction, conflict, because absolute liberty doesn't guarantee that two people are going to see eye to eye or have the same goals. So, since the herd would normally want to control liberty, and liberty to its defense would countermand what the herd would consider important. Perhaps liberty is best maintained through the friction between the individual and the herd. Because neither get absolutely what they want 100%. And there's always this necessity for compromise. And problems only grow when the necessary balance between liberty and the herd, liberty and the tribe, are skewed too far one way or the other. It's kind of the distinction between, and this is kind of not understood among some people who argue one way or the other. So we'll take like the drug war. I'm all for minimizing nonviolent crimes, but I'm also for not sending people to prison for life for nonviolent crimes. It seems absurd, a waste. But it's this distinction between libertarianism and libertine. The libertine would be like the Marquis de Sade. Whatever makes me happy, that's what's important. Not necessarily what makes you happy. And perhaps that's the distinction between libertarianism as a personal philosophy and libertarianism as a political movement. As a political movement, libertarianism would have to diminish some of its absolutism for the sake of the tribe, the community. Whereas a libertine would not. They would demand absolute satisfaction for everything that they want, which is not conducive to the community. And in the long run, the community is the salvation of humanity. People exist and live in communities. The lone wolf, he has his benefits, but he doesn't help progress the tribe, so to speak, society as a whole, which would, of course, be an example of why the herd, the community, distrusts the lone wolf, the individual, the die-hard, dyed-in-the-wool individual. I'm not going to waste my time whinging about some Marvel movie and how much it sucks. I'm not going to complain about a Disney movie, how much it sucks, how much of the canon it's distorting. I could care less. The damage is already done. I would far more support someone who is going to create something new out of the ashes of the old than to sit there and piss and moan about how they screwed up this character or that character. It's tedious and it's dull. And after a while, it gets really repetitive. But I'm going to talk about these things as I'm drawing because it's better than sticking the microphone out the window so you can listen to the trucks go up and down the highway or the crickets. And since it's getting on into winter, soon enough, there won't be very many crickets or birds or thunderstorms, because it'll be negative 15 degrees outside with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. To enjoy my 45-minute drive to work. So, anyway, thank you for watching.